Cool. Now the ninth mantra. So far as we have been seeing, as the mantras have been presenting them, there are two paths. There are two different kinds of pursuits in life. There is two. One can either take the path of monkhood or be in the world and perform activity and pursue material well-being, as it was presented. The first two mantras themselves. The first one was for a renunciant. The second one was for somebody who is in worldly affairs and conducting them. You remember? Tena tyaktena bhunjitha and kurvanneveha karmani. Both of these are opposite pursuits, and Shankaracharya again gives different references from across all Upanishads and Mahabharata as well, saying everywhere there is a prescription for how to conduct life. There are two paths that are mentioned, one of the brahmachari, or one of, not exactly a brahmachari, of a sannyasi, and one of a grihastha. So here once again there are two paths that are presented. One is called as vidya and one is called as avidya. So again here I'm prepping to before going to this the meanings of this mantra, because these two words, they're used in a slightly different way than we have understood vidya and avidya so far in language and in usage so far. And that is, vidya is seen as knowledge of the self. Avidya is still knowledge, but not of the self, but of other temporary fulfillment of life. So there are two kinds of people, and what their destinations are, what their destinations will be, which are being mentioned in this mantra. Let me read it out first. Andham tamaha pravishanti ye vidyamupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yau vidyayam rataha. Andham. Andha is darkness and tamaha is inertia, being inert. Andham tamaha pravishanti. Enter. They enter. Who enter? Those who. Ye. Ye means those who. Avidyam upasate. Upasana is to seek or to pursue. What are they pursuing? Avidya. Again, that avagraha symbol is there, the S symbol, which means there is an A there. So those, ye, avidyam upasate, those who seek, not exactly ignorance, I translate it as ignorance, but avidya. Vidya that does not lead towards the knowledge of the self, which is worldly activity, all kinds of action in return of some expectation of temporary material well-being. Also includes the Agnihotras and the other. So that is the example given in multiple places. Agnihotradini karmani, which translates to activity which is in expectation of a result. So those who seek that kind of a path enter darkness and inertia, is what the first line says. The next line says, Tato bhuya iva te tamaha yau vidyayam rataha. But those who do not perform any of those activities and are only rataha, only interested in, or those who only are invested in, or those who rejoice in vidya, only the knowledge of the self, and do not perform those other activities, they attain to an even greater darkness. It is not that you can stop performing any activity and be only interested in vidya, or not the knowledge of the self, because somebody who goes on that kind of a pursuit and completely renounces all activity, they attain to an even greater darkness, is what this mantra says. Tataha, and from that, bhuya, some more, even greater, iva, like, they, tamaha, inertness or inertia, they attain to. The translation of this is, those who seek avidya, avidya meaning not the knowledge of the self, but activities for temporary material benefit. Those who seek avidya attain to inertia and darkness anyways. But those who do not actually do that and and let go of all of that and are only interested in the knowledge of the self, which is meditation, they attain to an even greater darkness, is what the meaning of this mantra is. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Shankaracharya says so. And in the next meaning, next mantra, even the Upanishad says so. But there are again interpretations and differences. But let us go through a set of these mantras here and then come back to all of them as a whole if there are questions, so that I can rely on those also to answer.